Hello everyone, Vito's A30 here, back with another How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play a game called the Bottle Imp by Gunther Cornet and Stronghold Games and Lauto Pelite as well. And what you get is a deck of cards numbered 1 through 37, 3 suits, yellow, blue, and red. As you can see, the yellow cards are all kind of lower, the red ones are all higher, and the blue are kind of all over the place. And then there's one, the 19, which is right in the middle. This is the Bottle Imp. You do get this beautiful wooden bottle. I will put that there. And this is for where does it say how many players it is? I actually don't think this one says how many players it is. Or maybe it does somewhere. Because I think this is one, so there's a 2-player variant. I think it's 3 or 4 players ideally. That's what we'll do. Anyways, this is all based on this story of the Bottle Imp. As you can see as well, each card has these circles on the top. This is how many points it's worth. So this is 6. You know, this is a 1. It's a 1, that's a 2, etc., etc. I will mention the cards they're decent quality. They're plastic coated. Smooth, but it's fine. And this is just double-sided. It's the same thing. So each player is going to get dealt out some cards. It is a fairly standard trick-taking game. One player will lead a suit. Others have to follow the suit if possible. Highest card played will win, but there's an exception to that rule. I guess it makes sense that it's for 2 or 3 players because there's 3 of these cards and there's a 2-player variant. We'll just go do the 3-player game. So each player, we're gonna deal out the cards here. It's 36 cards. They're gonna be dealt out evenly. I'll just deal them out very quickly. And now we're going to start. The person to the left of the dealer will start. And let's say they play a red. Well, it doesn't matter. It does matter, but they'll play 36, which is one of the highest cards in the game. This guy says, I can't beat that. I'll play a 29. And it comes to me, and I will beat that. So I win the trick. The highest card wins the trick. And I can get these points later on if I win, if I go out. Well, if I don't end up with this. So now let's say we'll play something else here. Maybe, okay, I'm going to play the red 23. And actually, you don't have to follow suit. You can just play whatever. I don't know why I said you have to follow suit. So this guy says, you know what, I'm going to play, for whatever reason, he wants to play the 16. And then this guy just plays the 22, for instance. Let me just verify that. Because it doesn't make sense that it would be must follow when some of the cards are higher and lower. But anyways, in this case, you would think that I would win because I played the highest card. However, any card lower than the trump card here, the 19, the imp card, anyone lower than the imp card, that's also mentioned. It's recommended you don't sort out your cards, so you don't want to give away your hand. Just leave them as is. One other thing I forgot to mention is when you start, each player is going to take one card and, you know, place it under the imp. This is called the Imps Trick, and this is going to go to whoever loses, whoever ends up with the imp at the end of the game is going to get these points. So you might want to not put too many in there. So we'll just do that. Actually, we'll make a change there. So anyways, going back to this, I apologize, I forgot to mention the imp trick. So at the start of the game, each player is going to put a card under the imp card for the imp's trick. So in the first round, everyone played cards that were higher than 19. Highest card won the trick. In this case, however, since somebody has played a card below 19, they win the trick. So they're going to collect these cards, including the imp card, and then this becomes the new price for the imp. So now if somebody plays a card under 16, they get the imp card. They get the imp. But right now this guy has the imp. So he won the trick. And let's just simulate something else here. So he plays a 6. This guy plays a 9. And it comes to me, and I'm going to play, let's just say I play a 14. All these cards are under this number 16. What happens in this case is whoever played the highest card wins, and this becomes the new price of the imp. So hopefully that makes sense. So it's basically highest card will win. If a card underneath whatever this is gets played, that automatically wins. And if all the cards played are underneath this, then it reverts to highest card wins. You're going to keep going around doing that. And then at the end of the game, let's just say it's this person, since they got a free, maybe they got the imp. And let's just play out the round here. So who won that trick? I think it was moi. So I'm going to play a 25. This guy decides he's going to beat that for 33. This guy decides to play an 18. And you can see this guy, he plays a 31. This guy says, I'm going to beat that, maybe. And he will. And I'm going to play, screw it, I'll play the 15. Back to this guy, he's going to lead. Let's say he plays that one. I'll play, you know what? I'm going to play the 12. Yeah, I guess. And this guy plays the 20 as an example. So I'm going to win this one for better or for worse. And this becomes a new price for the imp. So now I'm going to lead. Let's say I play 27. This guy plays 21. And this guy plays, let's say he plays a 10. So now he's going to play, let's say he plays the 7. Not ideal. I'm going to play this one. Actually, I'm going to play, well, I'm going to play the 11 anyway. And this guy plays 30. And so this guy wins. And this now becomes this card. He plays another card. Say he plays the, well, he's going to play the 8 this time, because now that's higher than the 7. And I will play, let's say I played a 4, and this guy plays a 26. So I'm going to win this one. This becomes the new imp. I know this can be a little bit confusing. Hopefully it's not too confusing. And so I get the lead. I'm going to play 24. This guy plays 28. And this guy's going to play... Let's say he plays this free. And he's going to win this. And he gets the lead of 32. I'm going to play a 5. And then this guy plays the 1, which means he gets the imp. And he loses the round. And then he gets that. So now we're going to score the points. I'm going to get, you know, whatever points there's on here. 6, 10, 11, 14. I believe I got 41. This guy's going to score his hand, I believe. And then this guy doesn't get any points. What he does get, however, is these points in the Imps Trick as negative. So he's going to get -7. And that's the Imps Trick. And you're going to keep going around. So yeah, each player is going to count the number of coins on the cards, and they score those points. Whoever has the Bottle Imp gets negative points from the Imps Trick, as I mentioned, and they do not score any points for these cards that they won. So you do not want to get stuck with the Imp at the end, and that unfortunately was going to happen to him because he had the lowest card. And you're going to keep playing until you get to a prearranged number of rounds or agreed upon point total, like 300 points, as an example. If it has not ended, which it hasn't, the player to the left of the dealer will deal the next hand. And that is that. Now, it's obviously, and I don't recall if I mentioned this. Or did we do that? You have to pass some cards at the start of the game. I must have done that. I must have talked about that. So you start off, once you get your cards, I'll just do a little overview. We're going to have this here. Everyone's going to have their hand of cards. Each person's going to take a card and, you know, stick it under here as the Imps Trick. Ideally, you might want to stick a 1 in there, a low card, so that you don't get stuck with the Imp. Maybe this guy sticks a 3 in there. Maybe I should have looked at my hand better. Yeah. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to take the 11 and I'm going to put the 4 in there. Or the 3 actually. So that's a 30. So that's the Imps Trick. So then you go around, starting with the person that with the dealer. You do the trick taking part. And actually, before you do that, one thing I forgot to mention as well is you're going to have to exchange a card with each one of your opponents face down. So maybe I give him the 7, and maybe I give him the 8. And then they're going to do the same thing. This guy's going to give me, he's going to give me a 2, and he's going to give this guy a 5. And then this guy's, I'll look at his hand, he's going to give that guy 6, and maybe he gives me a 9. So I forgot to mention that. So then you start, you go around, one person plays a card, the next person plays a card, and so forth. If it's below the imp price, highest card, in this case that would be me, wins the trick and gets that. If they're all above this price, the price of the imp, which it's not, like this. Then the highest card played wins the trick. And you're going to keep going around until all the tricks have been played. Whoever ends up with this at the end is going to lose points. They're going to get whatever this is. In this case, it's 4 as negative points. And everyone else is going to score positive points for whatever cards they won. So that is that. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that clarifies it a little bit. There are some additional rules for two-player variants that involve basically a dummy opponent or you and your opponent each playing 2 hands. But we're not going to get into that. That's the Imps Trick. I think it's pretty cool. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. More thanks for watching.